Early in my career, long before dirty jobs, I found myself in a suit and tie, going door to door selling cable TV. Not glamorous, I know. It was a time when I was fresh out of college, filled with dreams and aspirations, but also facing the harsh reality of the job market. I needed to make ends meet, and this job, as unglamorous as it was, seemed like a good starting point. But it taught me more about life, work ethic, and the power of persistence than any fancy college class ever could. You see, in college we learn theories and concepts, but out there in the real world, it's a different ballgame. The lessons I learned on those suburban streets were invaluable. They were lessons about human nature, about resilience, and about the sheer will to keep going even when the odds are stacked against you. Picture this: scorching summer sun, sweat dripping down my back, a cheesy grin plastered on my face as I approach another front door. Rejection was the norm. Every door I knocked on was a new challenge, a new opportunity to either succeed or fail. And believe me, there were more failures than successes, but each rejection was a stepping stone, a lesson in disguise. Slammed doors, angry dogs, you name it, I experienced it. There were days when I felt like giving up, when the rejections felt too personal, too harsh. But I learned to develop a thick skin, to not take things personally. Each slammed door was a reminder that success doesn't come easy, that it requires grit and determination. But amidst the rejections, something interesting happened. I started to see patterns, to understand the rhythm of the job. I realized that every no brought me closer to a yes. It was a game of numbers, of persistence. The more doors I knocked on, the more sales I made. It was a simple yet profound realization. The more doors I knocked on, the more sales I made. It wasn't just about the product I was selling, it was about the effort I was putting in. Each knock was a testament to my determination, to my unwillingness to give up. And slowly but surely the sales started to come in. It was a lesson in perseverance, in the power of not giving up. It wasn't magic, it was math. It was the law of averages in action. The more attempts you make, the higher your chances of success. It's a principle that applies not just in sales, but in life. Whether you're applying for jobs, trying to get into a college, or even looking for love, the more you put yourself out there, the higher your chances of success. It was the law of averages in action. This principle taught me that success is often a numbers game. It's about showing up, putting in the effort, and not being deterred by failure. Each failure is a step closer to success. It's a lesson that has stayed with me throughout my career, a lesson that has shaped my approach to work and life. See, success in any field, especially one like sales, is often a numbers game. The more you put yourself out there, the higher your chances of hitting the jackpot, or in my case, closing a deal. It's about persistence, about not giving up, even when things get tough. It's about believing in yourself and your abilities, and knowing that with enough effort, success will come. The more you put yourself out there, the higher your chances of hitting the jackpot, or in my case, closing a deal. And when those deals started to come in, it was a feeling of accomplishment like no other. It was a validation of my hard work, of my persistence. It was a reminder that success is not about luck, but about effort and determination. And that is a lesson that has stayed with me, a lesson that I carry with me in everything I do. Now, the law of averages isn't about guaranteeing a win every time. It's a principle that suggests that over a large number of trials, the outcomes will start to reflect the true probabilities. This means that while short-term results can be unpredictable and even discouraging, long-term consistency can yield more predictable outcomes. It's about understanding that with consistent effort, over time, the odds start to tilt in your favor. This is true in many aspects of life, whether it's in business, personal goals, or even in simple games of chance. The key is persistence and the willingness to keep going, even when immediate results aren't what you hoped for. Think of it like flipping a coin. Flip it 10 times and you might get 7 tails and 3 heads. This might seem unfair or skewed, but it's just a small sample size. The real magic happens when you extend the number of trials. But flip it 1,000 times, and the results will even out closer to a 50-50 split. This is because the larger the number of trials, the more the results will align with the expected probability. It's a fascinating phenomenon that underscores the importance of patience and persistence. In sales, every no brought me one step closer to a yes. Each rejection wasn't a failure, but rather a step in the process. It taught me valuable lessons about perseverance and the importance of refining my approach. Every unanswered door was just another opportunity to refine my pitch, to learn from my mistakes, and to build resilience. Each interaction, whether successful or not, provided insights that helped me improve. It was a continuous learning process that made me better with each attempt. And let me tell you, resilience is a muscle that gets stronger with every challenge you overcome. Just like physical muscles grow with resistance training, our mental and emotional resilience grows when we face and overcome obstacles. It's about building the strength to keep going, no matter how tough the journey gets. Whether you're running a marathon, climbing a steep hill, or working towards a personal goal, the principle remains the same. The more you push through the challenges, the stronger you become. It's not just about the end result, but about the growth and resilience you develop along the way. So remember, the law of averages is on your side. Keep putting in the effort, keep learning from each experience, and over time, you'll see the results you desire. It's a numbers game, and with enough persistence, the odds will eventually tilt in your favor. Celebrate each small victory, learn from each setback, and keep moving forward. The journey might be long and filled with challenges, but with resilience and consistent effort, success is within reach. The law of averages assures us that persistence pays off in the end. Law of averages. One thing I learned quickly was that customers, much like life itself, come in all shapes and sizes. Each interaction was a new experience, a new story waiting to unfold. There were the slammer customers who wouldn't even give me a chance to finish my spiel before shutting the door in my face. These encounters were disheartening, but they taught me resilience. I learned to pick myself up, dust off the rejection, and move on to the next door, hoping for a better outcome. Then there were the skeptics, arms crossed, eyebrows raised, ready to poke holes in every word I uttered. These customers were challenging, but they sharpened my skills. I had to be on my toes, ready with facts and figures, prepared to counter every doubt with confidence and clarity. But amidst the negativity, there were also the open-minded folks, willing to listen and engage. These interactions were refreshing. They reminded me why I love my job. These customers were curious, asking questions, genuinely interested in what I had to offer. They made the effort worthwhile. And then, the best kind, the ready-to-buys, practically waving their credit cards before I could even finish my pitch. These customers were a dream come true. They were enthusiastic, eager, and their excitement was contagious. They validated my hard work and made all the rejections and skepticism worth it. The key was to learn how to identify them quickly and tailor my approach accordingly. It was like a dance, each step carefully considered, each move deliberate. I had to read the room, gauge the mood, and adjust my strategy on the fly. It was a skill that took time to develop, but once mastered, it made all the difference. I spent countless hours honing my craft, practicing my pitch, studying sales techniques, and learning from every interaction. Each customer, whether a slammer, a skeptic, an open-minded individual, or a ready-to-buy, taught me something valuable. They helped me grow, not just as a salesperson, but as a person. Over time, I became more adept at navigating the complexities of human behavior. I celebrated my successes, learned from my failures, and kept pushing forward. The journey was not always easy, but it was incredibly rewarding. Each sale was a victory, each satisfied customer a testament to my perseverance and dedication. In the end, it was about more than just making a sale. It was about connecting with people, understanding their needs, and providing solutions that made their lives better. From slammed doors to open arms, every interaction was a step on the path to becoming the best version of myself. I remember one particularly brutal day. I had been rejected over 20 times in a row. The sun was setting, my feet were aching, and my spirit was crushed. I was ready to call it quits. Just one more house, I told myself, then I'm done. That last house belonged to an elderly woman named Mrs. Johnson. She listened patiently to my entire pitch, asked thoughtful questions, and to my surprise, signed up for the most expensive cable package we offered. That one sale didn't just make my day, it reaffirmed my belief in the law of averages. Even after a string of rejections, persistence had paid off. The beauty of the law of averages is that it's not limited to sales. It applies to countless aspects of life: dating, job hunting, creative pursuits, you name it. Think about it. Ever strike out at a bar only to meet the love of your life at the grocery store the next day? Or get rejected from dozens of jobs only to land your dream gig after months of searching? That's the law of averages at work. The key is to not get discouraged by the initial rejections. Each no is simply redirecting you towards a yes, even if you can't see it at the time. Section 6. Dating, job hunting, and the long game. Take dating, for example. Not every first date will lead to a second, and that's okay. The more dates you go on, the more you learn about yourself, what you're looking for, and how to navigate the dating world. Eventually, with enough persistence, you increase your chances of finding someone special. The same goes for job hunting. Sending out dozens of resumes without a single response can be disheartening. But each application, each interview, even the rejections, are valuable learning experiences. They help you refine your resume, improve your interviewing skills, and better articulate your value to potential employers. Section 7, the power of persistence, turning no into yes. The law of averages isn't about sitting back and waiting for success to fall into your lap. It's about taking consistent action, even when it's tough, even when you feel like giving up. It's about understanding that no doesn't always mean never, it often means not yet. Persistence is the bridge that connects your efforts with your goals. It's the fuel that keeps you going when the tank is empty. It's the belief in yourself and your dreams, even when the world doubts you. Section 8, embracing the journey, celebrating small victories. Remember, success isn't always a straight line. There will be detours, roadblocks, and unexpected challenges along the way. Embrace the journey, learn from your mistakes, and celebrate the small victories. Each no you overcome, each obstacle you navigate makes you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Don't be afraid to ask for help, seek guidance from mentors, and learn from those who have walked the path before you. The more you invest in yourself and your growth, the more likely you are to achieve your goals. Section 9. Go forth and conquer. The law of averages is on your side. So the next time you're facing rejection, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal pursuits, remember the law of averages. Don't let setbacks define you. Use them as fuel to propel you forward. Keep knocking on doors, keep putting yourself out there, and keep believing in yourself. The more you try, the more you learn, and the more likely you are to succeed. Go forth and conquer, my friends. The law of averages is on your side.